Well, as you can tell, we are back down here at the lake property, and we got a mystery to solve. So if you guys have been following this series of videos that we've been doing down here at the lake property, or you're new to the channel, either one, we're gonna figure out what kind of owl we got down here. So if you guys are new to the channel, like I said, you know, we've been coming down here and trying to clean up this lake property here and there. And this summer we had a couple of young owls that were born somewhere on this property, and every day, every evening we'd come down here, they would start like calling. And I've been doing a little research. They would be making these like screech sounds, and we've been trying to figure out what kind of owl it is. Well, I told you guys a couple videos back, I got a tool up my sleeve here that I think we're going to be able to figure it out. But we're going to go a step farther than that, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel because we're going to get to the bottom of this. So had some subscribers guessing, like every time that we do a video down here, people's like, I think that's a barred owl, I think that's a burrow owl, I think that's a horned owl, I think it's a screech owl. And the reason somebody started saying that they thought it was a burrow owl is because these holes right here. So we got a hole right here and a hole over there, and there's some kind of little tunnel that connects right here. And you know, Kaya and I came down here and we finally got the owl on camera, but it was in the distance and it was up in the trees, up in the leaves, and you couldn't quite see it real good on camera. It was getting dark and the sun was kind of setting down behind it. So we're gonna do something today. We're gonna trap this owl. And when I say trap it, not physically trap it. We are going to put some traps out, and we're going to bait this owl in, and we're going to get it on camera. I don't have any intentions of catching this owl. I just want to get it on film. You guys know I love nature. That is part of the reason that we bought this property down here on the lake. There's abundance of wildlife. You know, it's not a huge property, but there's all kinds of wildlife around. It's just awesome. And one thing I want to do is I want to get to the bottom of this and solve this mystery. We're going to prove one way or another, hopefully this owl's still around, or these owls. We're going to bait them in, we're going to get them on camera, and I'm going to show you guys how we're going to do that here in just a second. So you guys know we got the cellular hunting camera. This is a Reveal Tacticam. It's battery powered. It goes off motion triggers. Whenever anything motion sensors it, it takes a picture, takes video, and then it sends me an alert to my phone. Well, we're going to be moving this one today because we're going to try something. Now, I've never seen this done. I don't even know if it's going to work, but we're going to video it and we're going to see if it's going to work. So I told you guys I have a tool up my sleeve. Now, I'm going to play something on my computer. I don't think you guys are going to be able to see it, so I might throw it up on the screen instead. But listen to this. This is some footage from June. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That is from June of earlier this year. There's the two baby owls up there on the top of the rock cabin. That is right here. That's the rock cabin. Now this was a couple months ago, several months ago actually. But listen to this. You guys hear that? I think it'll do it again. Okay. Oop. So I have been doing my research on this, and I got an app. So my nephew and his son, well, actually it's one of my best friends. He married our niece, Tim. One of my best friends growing up. He's still one of my best friends. But anyways, we were sitting at a family get-together about a month or two ago. And we were sitting there outside. Of course, it was summertime here in northeast Oklahoma, and we got an abundance of wildlife and birds and stuff. So we're sitting there. I was like, wonder what kind of bird that is. He's like, oh, it's a blah, blah, blah. I said, how'd you know that? He pulled out his phone, and he had an app. You can pull out this phone, and I'm not associated with this by no means or anything else, but it is an app called Merlin. This right here. You guys can see it. Merlin. And pretty much what you do is you record the bird singing, and it tells you the ID of the birds, like the identification of them, what breed they are or whatever. So that's pretty cool. I was trying to pick up those birds in the distance, but of course I can't be quiet long enough. So anyways, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna replay this file right here, and I'm gonna do a screen record so you guys can see this. So bear with me, let me get all this pulled up here. But this app is incredible. It's really cool. It's been very accurate so far. So we're gonna see what kind of bird or owl we got down here at the lake property. It said it is a great horned owl. You guys can see it right here on the screen. Now, I did a little research on this, so let me go back to my other camera. So, we just played it on the Merlin app, and it says it is a great horned owl. Now, I want you guys to listen to this. This is called a begging call, and tell me if this don't sound identical. That's not the video I had, that's the video from Merlin. That is how they identify. Okay, I got too much going on now. But anyways, this app is incredible. It's saying it is a great horned owl. Now, we can go off the app, or we can go another step further, which we are going to do. See if I stop my screen recorder here. We're gonna go a step further, and we're gonna try to bait this owl in. Now, let me show you guys what I got here. So, do you guys remember about 2 weeks ago, I was down here brush hogging. This property right here, up here where I was brush hogging mostly, it was a lot of Johnson grass, a lot of Lespedeza. This stuff was 5-6 foot high, and I was brush hogging it with the Kubota, and it was a little more work than it needed to do because that was a ton of lush, tall grass, and that 35 horse Kubota was really putting in the work that day. But anyways, if you guys don't follow us on Facebook, you're missing out, because I posted a reel, and you guys got to check this out. I'm gonna play it right here for you because I know a lot of you YouTubers don't like having Facebook accounts, but I'm gonna throw this reel up right here. Watch this. So there you go. We came down here and I was brush hogging, and our field was infested with these rats, or these pack rats, or these, I don't even know what you call them, some kind of like giant mice looking things. So guess what we got? We got some traps. These are some traps I ordered off of Amazon. These are live traps. We do not have any intention of hurting any animals at all in the process of doing this video, or this whole little adventure that we're trying to do with the trying to get a positive ID on the owls. So like I said, guys, I love nature, and one cool thing is, whenever we bought this property, there was 2 baby buzzards that was born in that rock cabin. It was full of junk. Those buzzards were in there. We couldn't even hardly get over here to inspect the property, because every time we walked by this rock cabin, whenever we were looking at it before we made an offer on it, they started growling at us, and it actually sounded like there was like little bobcats or something in there. It was crazy. So we dealt with that, and you know, going back hundreds and hundreds of years ago, before all these people lived here. Now, there was Native Americans in this area, yes, but they lived in harmony and peace with most of the wildlife. Now you got all these suburbs and stuff moving in out in the country. You know, someone buys 1,000 acres and they just develop it with all this housing, and then people want to gripe about coyotes and deer and bobcat and fox and everything else running around their neighborhood. You know, I don't agree with a lot of that. But like down here, these birds were down here. They're gonna be down here. Just 2 days ago, Caleb had a friend over, and we came down here. We were fishing. We cooked some s'mores on the fire pit. And the first thing we noticed when we pulled up down here that day, we kept hearing this bird making this awesome noise. And we looked down, and there's a bald eagle sitting on that stump. I don't think you guys can see it, but there's a stump sticking out of the water. It has a blue heron on it. I think it is right now. I can't tell what that bird is from here, but anyways, there was an eagle down there. We got to sit there and watch it for like 10 or 15 minutes. And you know, we were just enjoying wildlife. And then another eagle came and they flew off. They were fishing. It was incredible. So I enjoy that. I want to live in one with wildlife and all that. We don't want to run them off or anything else, you know. But anyways, I ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole with all that stuff. But I want to know what kind of owl this is. And what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to bait some of those rats that was running through the field, because part of the field isn't brush hog still. It's still really tall. So I got some things here that we are going to try. I've got some assorted nuts in here. Got some hazelnuts, some almonds, some English walnuts, and I've got some peanut butter. And then this, I got some of the chicken and goat food from home, which has some rolled corn in it, and then some of the dogs, our big dogs, dog food. Now, surely we can catch whatever kind of mouse that is. They should still be living around that area. They're not living in the tall grass, so I'm thinking they probably went over to the side of the field in the other tall grass. So what we're going to do is we are going to put out a couple of these traps. Like I said, these are live traps. We don't have any intention of hurting any animal. We're going to try to bait them in here, catch them, and then if we catch one, we're going to try to bait in the owl. But the cool thing about that is we're not going to catch the owl. We're going to set up that trail camera over there. We're going to take it over here wherever we put these traps at. And we're going to try to get the owl on video or a good picture or some kind of close-up identification so we can put this to rest and know just exactly what kind of owl that is. I want to say this app is probably right. It's probably a great horned owl, but how cool would that be to catch this thing on video? And between me and you, I said I don't want to harm any animals. I'm not going to harm any animals in this, but how cool would it be to feed one of these little mice or whatever they are to one of the owls? I'm sure that ain't going to happen. We're going to get it on video. We're going to let the mouse go, but you know, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if we did feed it a rat or two. They can have all the rats they want. That's probably why they won't leave. So back to that app. So I looked it up. That noise, that screech that you guys are hearing, that is not, it's not actually a screech. It is a begging call. And that is something that young owls do to try to get their parents' attention. Most often they do that to try to get their parents to come feed them. They're wanting an easy meal. They're wanting a handout. And I have not seen the mom or dad around. I have not seen the owl in a couple days, or the other owl. There's two, and it seems like they might be going further and further from this property every couple days or so. So we'll just stay tuned and let's go find a good place to put these traps out and see if we can't catch a mouse, and then we'll make a whole nother video later if we can catch one of these rats or mice, and see if we can't get a positive ID on the owl. So I'm gonna go grab that camera, and then we'll go find a good spot to put these traps and see if we can't catch something. All right, first we're gonna put some peanut butter in here. And basically, guys, this is just like a big mouse trap, the way the trigger mechanism and all that works, except it's a live trap. Like I said, we're not going to try to torture nothing or take anyone's life. We're just going to try to bait them in, to use them as bait to get the owl in. So I'm going to drop some of these nuts in there first. And we'll do the peanut butter. I know at home, whenever we have mice and stuff out in the shop, they can't hardly resist peanut butter. Just Peter Pan creamy peanut butter. Of course. I'm gonna have to get all sticky probably, huh? Alright. There's one baited. And then we'll take this dog food and the goat food whenever we are done setting the trap, and we'll kind of sprinkle it around the trap and try to see if we can get something to go in there. Surely we can catch a rat down here. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the distance or not, but I can hear that young eagle. Or I don't know if it's young or not. It might be an older eagle. The ones we seen the other day were adults. They weren't juveniles. But I can hear an eagle in the background right now. Oh man. Alright, let's see if this works. Oops, not set. Okay, got it set. Boom. Alright. Okay, this looks like a really good spot. This is right under a giant, and I mean giant, pecan tree. But we're still right next to some high weeds, so I have no doubt that there's some rats living right here in all this stuff. The only thing is, I'm using some nuts as bait, and I see pecans all over the ground too, so we'll go ahead and get this baited. Get this trap set. Put the camera right here. Alright, that should do the trick. Now I'm going to take some of this feed and kind of sprinkle it around the trap. There's the trap. Make sure the door will fall all the way down if it's triggered. Oh, see, that's not good. Good thing I tested it. Let's see here. Okay, we should be set now. We'll walk on down to the other one, take a look. Alright, we better test this one too. Make sure the doors are going to close when it's triggered. Oh yeah, that one's good. Okay, I think we're all set. Like I said, okay, I thought that was that eagle, but that's just some other kind of bird. So anyways, I think we're all set. I think we'll get something to come to it. Hopefully the squirrels leave it alone. I don't know, do you think it was a mistake putting those mixed nuts in there, like the hazelnut and the almonds and walnuts? It ain't like they don't have pecans everywhere. I mean, they got pecan trees literally everywhere around us. So I'm gonna try to keep this video short, so hopefully you guys enjoy this type of stuff, something a little bit different. I gotta get home and get the feeding and everything now, but I was trying to see if we could just put a positive identification on the owl. I don't know why I'm trying to whisper or talk low. It's not like we're hunting, we're just trying to trap some rats. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the squirrels stay out of there. If squirrel gets in there, it's probably going to tear the trap up. It literally says not designed for squirrels or possums that can chew through the wire and get out and tear the trap up. So I don't know. Anyways, we'll see. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that is a great horned owl like the Merlin app says, or do you think it is a different kind of owl? I did get it on camera. It is a big owl, even though it's still a baby. You know, that video I got from them being on the rock cabin, that was from June, so say like 3 months ago. They were old enough to fly out of their nest then, but just a couple days ago they were still down here doing that begging call, wanting mama and daddy to bring them some food. So I don't know how long it takes for them to fully leave the nest. I don't know if they're gone by now. They might be 100 miles from here by now. Who knows? But anyways, what do you guys think? What kind of owl do you think that is making that noise? And in that video, what kind of owl do you guys think it is? So make sure to subscribe and follow us on this journey. And stay tuned, because as soon as these traps get set off or something happens, I'll definitely be videoing it. I'll post a new video, and then once we get the bait, we'll have to rig up something to put the rats in to try to lure these owls out. We'll move the camera out somewhere wide open. We'll get a couple different cameras on them and see if we can't get a positive identification on there. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Subscribe, leave a comment, like this video, and we'll see you next time.